Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. XRP right now is actually outperforming the market a little bit, as XRP is up 1%, while Bitcoin is down 3%, Ethereum is down 5%, Bitcoin Cash down 6%, and Litecoin down 8%. And I think that is pretty interesting to all those people who always say that XRP is useless or very, very bad. It can still outperform the market. It is about 40 cents. It is still doing pretty damn good. But that all aside, comment down below what your favorite coin is. For me right now, XRP is still a top freaking coin. And I've also noticed XRP has really just completed the entire retail investor level. Today, we have to talk more about this institutional investment and really what the plans are for that, as I think I have a pretty good story here about what I think and what I also think is going to happen. So starting it off, I think we should kind of put in what defines institutional adoption and when really we think that it's good or when it's coming in. So for Bitcoin, I would always say that, for example, Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy going for a whole, speaking session right now to talk about how good crypto is and how to get into it. Yeah, that means a lot of other institutions are going to be getting into it, so adoption is going to be coming. Even if they did not build use case, it is institutional adoption through purchases, basically. With Ethereum, you could see it as professional, and again, this comes from already established companies building DeFi, for example, or building their projects or selling NFTs or anything like that on top of Ethereum, or of course, like with Bitcoin, them just purchasing that. However, with XRP, I sometimes like to see it a little bit differently. I don't like to look at how many are buying. I don't like to look at how many are building something on top of it. I like to look at what companies or what institutions are starting to use it, because there's a very big discrepancy, or a very big difference, I should say, between how XRP is actually utilized and how Bitcoin is utilized. And of course, that also comes or stems from what the purpose of the coin really is. Because if you start to think about it, Bitcoin and CBDCs have nothing to do with each other. Ethereum and CBDCs might have something to do with each other, but they probably will not, except for maybe decentralized exchanges. However, the same thing will apply to XRP as a baseline, until you kind of consider the fact that a lot of these CBDC may be built on top of XRP. And you call that institution, you might call that central bank, you might call that a little bit differently. However, that is just a start. Another part, of course, is that you can kind of look at what Ethereum has. You can kind of think about, okay, Ethereum has a lot of stuff, but Flare is based upon XRPL. And since we have the Ethereum virtual machine and basically literally everything that is happening on Ethereum can also happen on XRPL now too, through Ethereum partially, well, then of course you're going to go for XRP then, because you have Ethereum Plus, basically. And then take a look at Bitcoin and compare that. Well, Bitcoin has nothing except for being a store of value and being the first of its kind. Until you start to think about, okay, well, Bitcoin has nothing, Ethereum has nothing, so why are they bought if other projects are better? Because they have the regulatory clarity, right? They have the regulatory clarity of being officially considered properly regulated, or I guess not a security, as real virtual currencies, and XRP does not have that. So from that perspective, XRP is being held back right now because institutions are going to be working with it. They're really building the bridge already. So a lot of them will be, like, for example, MoneyGram and whatnot, will already be utilizing XRP. Okay. But purchasing it for holding, purchasing it because they want to build something around it, purchasing all that, that's not happening. Mostly, I think, because of this lawsuit right now. I really think, and I sincerely, I can always put a lot of things on it, that once the lawsuit is over, all this trouble, all this discrepancy between XRP and Ethereum and Bitcoin is going to be gone. And you might think, Dusty, you're crazy because Bitcoin is really going to stay number one for the longest time, and Ethereum is really going to stay number two. Hopefully you haven't forgotten that XRP has been number two pretty damn often, and for a good reason so. Ethereum is pretty damn busy, but that's all what's built on top of XRP, on top of Ethereum. It's not actually Ethereum alone, because if you take a good look at the gas fees right now, it is ridiculously stupid, and thus people are still hoarding it mostly for the same Bitcoin use case of being a store of value and speculating that it's going to go up, but mostly also for the fact that you can build things on top of Ethereum. So they want to have kind of the base platform asset. With XRP though, the currency is really the nice part. So you really want to have XRP for XRP. And what's built on top of that is a side note. Again, that's also because I'm pretty bullish on Flare, but I know Flare is not going to be the main selling point. And if you think so, we're on different wavelengths here. I think XRP on its own is definitely the real thing that people should be getting it for. And Flare and everything based on top of that is just a nice added. Because think about it, this whole ordeal with being the bridge currency, it has nothing to do with Flare. It has nothing to do on that respect. And being the bridge currency for CBDCs is, in my opinion, what's going to give it that real ultimate flair, pun intended, to these bigger institutions too. We already saw HSBC, the banking behemoth, say that Ripple has already been working on CBDCs for a very long while. And I do also think that a lot of them will be based upon XRPL, or at least utilize XRPL as some bridge. Will it bridge all? I'm not sure, because we cannot see in the future, we cannot see what type of parties will, admittedly, I guess, accept, or no, I shouldn't say admittedly, just accept XRP as a bridge. But what we do know for a fact is that some will go on. Ripple's already bidding a lot, and even though they do not have the regulatory clarity, they're already doing way more than almost any other crypto company out there. Take a look at Ripple's Q4 report of 2020. Or even the report of what they think is going to happen right now. You just notice already that they're doing splendidly, even though they got so much backlash, they got so much fear inside of them. That's really crazy. So from the perspective, I think Michael Saylor and a lot of those guys, who right now are mostly talking about Bitcoin, and Grayscale, who's also mostly talking about Ethereum as a second one, will ultimately also move to XRP. And that's the fun part. They might be thinking and looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and like, oh, those have already hit all-time high. Why hasn't XRP done it? Well, think about it. XRP is not properly regulated just quite yet. Ethereum and Bitcoin are. So Ethereum and Bitcoin have both gotten their big pushes from these bigger investors. They've both been shielded as much as they can, basically, because both those institutions can do it. For XRP, all these price increases are on the basis that it is still not properly regulated. It is still just some currency out there that might be a fraud. So no big party could have pushed it yet, except for companies like SBI, for example, who, by the way, have a joint venture with Ripple and have actually started to allow VC trade lending for you to basically lend them your XRP at an annual interest of 0.1%, with a minimum of 1,000 XRP and a maximum of 100,000 XRP, and a minimum period of lending for 84 days. And what they're basically doing is, you have XRP, you give it to them, they account for all the taxes, and, well, you'll be getting 0.1 interest per year. You might be thinking, Dusty, I'm not stupid, I'm not going to take 0.1%. It's debatable. You know, it's a very bad percentage on one hand. On the other hand, it is basically free money on your XRP, because if you exchange it to fiat and then start to lend, well, you didn't have the benefits of XRP anymore. In this case here, what I'm thinking it is based in is that you will earn this interest in XRP, and thus it could be worth it. Now, on a different end also, this also shows in Japan, they're not really that afraid to still hold this connection with XRP and still build more things. And that also brings me to the idea that we can only give this whole excuse on the fact that the US and companies in the US are not adopting it. But that also got me thinking. The US is such a big superpower that if the US is skeptical of a cryptocurrency, that other places might be skeptical of it too. We saw it with some exchanges that are not even handling US customers. Even they got scared to exchange XRP, partially because of the liquidity issue, but also partially because what if it really is a security over there and you're still going to have some trouble? Or it's going to go so illiquid that you've lost a lot of people money or something along those lines. They're just afraid of what is happening. Some will call it manipulation. Some will just call it normal market and just normal behavior from an exchange to be kind of risk aversive or averse. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I just know for a fact that right now, institutional adoption is being halted because of this whole lawsuit ordeal. But for Bitcoin and Ethereum, it isn't being halted. And you see, they're not really getting that far. Bitcoin is getting them on a purchasing level, but not really a deployment level. And even Ethereum, yeah, you can say DeFi is getting somewhere, but DeFi can also be built on top of XRP. So it's basically the real one and all. Right? Litecoin I thought pretty useless, and Bitcoin Cash not really that different from Bitcoin. So from that perspective, XRP really is something else. Now, that is one part, right? Another part is Dogecoin, which is my favorite. No, I'm just kidding. But Dogecoin is actually pumping like crazy just now. It went to about 6 cents or so over on Binance. And again, my purchase during the live stream of 5.2 cents has become profitable. Did I sell it all? No, because I was too lazy. Actually, not too lazy, I was too late. I had some orders in to sell it, but it just barely got hit. Maybe one sale got hit. But that also brought me to the idea of let me just hold it through and see whatever happens. I mean, I don't have any other Doge except for the Doge that's locked on my computer somewhere, the 1.2 million, but I cannot find it. I have looked and looked and looked for days. So I'm basically just putting some faith in it and seeing. And also, guys, check out the Discord. A lot of you guys are in here already, but a lot of you guys aren't either. There's a constant amount of people in here. There's always talking, and there's always people in the voice chat. So just come join, check it out. If it's not for you, you just leave again. But I definitely think if you're into XRP or any other currency for that matter, that it's going to be worth it to check it out. All right, so a link is down below. Go join it right now. And also, guys, check out GSX. I personally put a couple $1,000s in because I think, hey, it might be something big. It's basically a gold-backed coin. The first of its kind because it's a growth coin where right now they have gold and gold-rich land. And as they mine more gold, which right now is halted because of course, the whole virus situation, you guys know what I'm trying to say. If they go on, they'll be mining more gold, and that's going to be the bigger backing for this coin. And since that keeps going up, since they reinvest, the backing keeps going up. And since there's the same amount of coins, well, logically speaking, the price is going to increase. Right now, it's also very cheap, 10 cents per coin, plus 17% bonus, plus a 5% bonus for using my link. So again, go check it out. A link is down below. And that was it for today. XRP's institutional investment is going to be amazing, at least in my opinion it is. But let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know if this idea here makes any sense to you whatsoever. And yeah, that was it for today. Thank you all for watching. DeFi gas fees skyrocket as Ethereum achieves new all-time highs. You guys have all seen it as well. There's a lot of bad sides to Ethereum and to Bitcoin. Look at this here. Almost 5K is the price to accept a bid on variable coin. Is it because Ethereum high gas fees or some type of bug? Well, gas fees are ridiculous. And here, Bitcoin supply held by whales skyrockets as Glassnode debunks high BTC ownership concentration report. Yep, there's all bad sides to any crypto, guys. So if you're thinking XP is the only one with bad sides, you're definitely mistaken. You're definitely mistaken.